The sober burn was like the most psychedelic. I feel like the first few burns with my brother, like I was still kind of just figuring it out, so it maybe didn't go as hard as I could. I feel like that's what it takes for you to have those intense or like the low points. Maybe
Sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like I'm like really lucky, I guess, because I've had my like Burning Man Sherpas, and so I kind of understand how to roll with it a little bit more and what to expect.
I think honestly, though, if you're a psychonaut and a fucking distance runner and a trainer, you're just really used to low points.
Yeah,
like
sure.
you might not be able to like pick them out.
Sure, yeah. We're really used to suffering.
Yeah.
I'm really comfortable sitting in my own suffering.
Type 2 fun.
If you've pushed through
sure.
lactic acid buildup in your quads on multiple occasions, you've got them.
Totally.
Yeah.
No problem.
But it's like, even when you feel like at your low point running, like you're at Burning Man, it's really fun.
What did you think of the modified route this year?
I liked it better because we ran through center camp a bunch of times, and that was like always a little energy boost. Because I think 2022 I ran, and they like kind of directed us the wrong way at first. So we like
Keep you on your
had
toes.
to change the turnaround and got kind of confused.
Oh, God. When you're adding like 3/4 of a mile to 50 miles,
Yeah, I
fuck
think
you.
most of us ended up running the right distance, but there were a few people that ran like too far. I want to run 31 miles.
Ultra mega marathon.
Yeah. No, but I feel like even despite the like my own low points this past year, it felt like a pretty good burn because I like was able to like figure shit out for myself. I like felt very confident in relying on my own inner resources, especially with finding that camp that like I slept at it 3 nights in a row.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
And
Did you ever meet the people there?
That's a good story. Well, at first I was like, I swear this camp is just for me because I haven't seen anyone go in or out. The lights are always off. Like, it looks like they're probably a day camp because they had like a bar and stuff, but I never saw one person when I was sleeping there. And so,
A sleep bandit.
yeah. Or I was sleeping really deep and they were just like walking around. Who knows?
Anyone know this one? No? No, all right.
She's been here 3 nights.
Yeah.
And so the camp that I was at, Plyasos, we had the big slide, and one of our like responsibilities was to do like slide guardian. So we'd sit at the top of the slide with megaphones and like get people to go down the slide and heckle them, and you know whatever you do with the megaphones. And so it was like Friday night, and these guys come up the slide, and we're kind of like talking to them, and they're like, "Oh, we're having our final day party tomorrow. We're at Camp Peachy, 615 and G." And I was like, I know exactly where you guys are camped. I've been sleeping at your camp all week. They're like, what? Yeah, I'm camping with you. Don't you know? So it was like one of those like serendipitous moments of like of all the people to come up the slide after I'd been at their camp all week, like
And see no one.
no one.
I love those playa magic moments.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. This has all been lining up the whole
I
time.
thought I was having like a beautiful mind moment where I was just hallucinating their camp.
Just been sleeping in the middle of the street. Like,
That's when you realize that a city of 60, 70,000 people really is kind of a small town.
In some way, yeah. There have been other instances where, like, I run into other Santa Barbara burners that I know that, like, were camped elsewhere. And I was with some friends, and we ran into them, like, 6 different times in one night. I was like, how does this happen? Always at the porta potties.
It's the crossroads of the world.
I guess so.
Welcome to Accuracy Third. I'm D-Day.
I'm Beth.
I'm Rex.
And today on Accuracy Third, we have Michelle.
Have we now?
We do. Well, you two did, plus past guest Emerald. I was somehow indisposed. This interview happened about a year and a half or a little more ago, and that means it was right around Christmas time at the end of 2024, and that feels to me in a way that I'm not going to look it up that I was probably stuck in Pennsylvania while you guys were having an interview hanging out with our Colorado friend.
I mean, that sounds like a reasonable guess. Let's go with that.
Sure.
Rex is being evasive because they were actually trying to do a hostile takeover of the podcast from me and eject me by selling all of my shares in this podcast to Emerald. But let all of you know that that's over and I'm back on top, baby.
Look, I had no idea that a durable power of attorney was only as durable as the napkin it was written on. If I'd have known that, I would have stored it somewhere more secure from liquids.
Next time, write it on a truck tire.
I'm just saying you would depose us from the podcast to make one with Emerald too.
No, I wouldn't. She's in Colorado.
I know,
She can
that's the
fucking
only-
rot there with her lower taxes. Fuck her and Sniffles.
Sometimes it's good being the only one that knows how the remote recording system works.
Front Tug, if you would like to join the podcast and replace Rex, I bet you can do my online engineering for me.
Do you know good? Front Tug is also in Colorado.
Yeah, but he got there honestly, not by leaving the Bay Area. Anyway, about Michelle, our guest, who is on this podcast.
From Colorado.
No, from Santa Barbara.
That's not Colorado.
It's not. It's down south. You can hear an awful lot about that in the Patreon edit, which will be online for our patrons at some point on Patreon. Michelle is another ultra marathoner, for fuck's sake. Congratulations to you, Michelle, as someone who ran almost over 3 decades ago. Bully for you. Real proud of you for going out there, running, being hot.
What's the farthest distance you've run?
In one day, 12 to 15 miles. Like 12 miles intentionally, but then there was a lot of running around in fields and playing running games to get us to run more without us feeling like we were running that much more. But I've run an uncomfortable amount.
Sure.
Not me.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What's the longest distance you've run?
I mean, I've done a mile. I have flat feet and stumpy legs.
Running's bad for you.
I'm built for clomping, not running.
I used to really like running, but running has become untenable as my joints have lost all of their connective tissue. Some of my joints have lost all of their connective tissue.
I never liked running. I mean, I ran a marathon's length of miles, but like the only time I liked running was when I was in really decent running shape. And then it was from like mile 6 or 7 to like mile 9. And never when the run was over at mile 9.
Even when I was a little kid and like not yet out of shape and could be active all day, I still couldn't run. I'd get shin splints.
You always get shin splints the first time you run.
I get horrendous shin splints.
Not a matter of the first time I run. It's a matter of like every time I run. I get shin splints.
Sometimes your
Cannot run
calves are
without
just so powerful they strip all of the muscle off your shins when you really work them. There is not enough stretching in the world to keep me from getting shin splints. But I used to love running. Running was really enjoyable for me and like semi-meditative. And since when I was a child, before I was out of shape, I learned how to dissociate really well. And dissociating while running is like how you do running as far as I can tell.
I could not possibly dissociate out of the excruciating bars of fire up the front of my lower legs. I don't understand how you run through shin splints.
Running through shin splints is hard and bad and unpleasant, but it's like the walking from your car a day or a week after like you've exacerbated your shin splints, which like really lets you know that you've got the wrong exercise plan going on. Speaking of Michelle.
Dat Michelle, she fit dough.
That's what I hear.
She does the yoga on the Instagram.
And she'll give you her Instagram address at the end of this episode. So if you're interested in yoga online or other sorts of physical or cognitive therapies, hit up Michelle. This is Michelle. She's real good.
I just was given specific instructions from my brother to not tell stories about him, so
Check.
I can mention
Off
him. But
mic, maybe.
So, Michelle, tell us about your brother.
So we hear you got some good stories about your brother.
Older. We burned together a few times. He's the one that brought me into Burning Man.
Oh, cool brother.
Yeah, I think I'm the cooler one, but
Good answer.
he now kind of like works for the man. So like, I don't know if you can come to Burning Man anymore.
Oh, he works for the org?
No, like
Oh, the other kind of
The man.
the man.
Capital M.
So, welcome. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
First off, who the hell are you? Why don't you tell your listeners who we're talking to?
My name is Michelle. I have a playa name also. It's Pretty Slippery, which
Pretty
I like that.
it's like a really great way to gauge people because when I tell people what my playa name is, often like the really creepy guys will be like, "Oh yeah, Pretty Slippery." I'm like, "All right, bye." And then like the cool people are just like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." So right away I can like get a sense of who you are.
A real creep meter.
But it's like not a
Yeah.
sexual playa name.
Creep litmus test.
Exactly.
Is it yoga related or is it?
No, it's kind of random, actually. I got it like, I think it was my second burn. And I was with some friends like outside of Jazz Cafe or in the line for ice, I think. And there was a guy like on a megaphone heckling people. And so eventually we go over to him and talking to him about who knows what. But he's like, puts his arm around me and he's like, "You're pretty cute. Like, you could be my playa girlfriend." And I kind of just like slid underneath. I don't know. I'm pretty slippery. And he's like, "Do you have a playa name? Because if you don't, then that's totally it." And that's kind of just how I was born.
Perfect.
I've been given a few other names, but none of them really seem to stick.
I like that one is both a creep detector and creep based.
Yeah, it's totally creep based.
That creep really gave you a gift.
It was a good gift, yeah. A lot of people are like, "Slippery when wet." I'm like, no.
No.
So how long have you been going to Burning Man?
This last burn was my 8th burn, so I've been to every official one since 2015.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, didn't do any of the rogue burns, but it's a lot harder for me to get out there without a little more organization. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you got to bring your own potty, that's a whole different kind of event.
We were just
Totally.
talking about the Renegade burn. I went to the one in 2021, and it's like, man, I really appreciate infrastructure
Totally.
in my burn.
Yeah.
Like roads and
Yeah.
portos.
I've definitely had some like revelations while in the porta potties that like the porta potties are the shadow side of Burning Man. Like this has to exist in order for like all of this other magical stuff to exist.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like pooping in a bucket that is only full of my poop. That feels
Yeah.
very weird.
You like
Poop.
the experience of mixing excrement.
Yeah. What about, like, how weird is it to keep a bucket of poop that is just yours?
I mean, that's what cats do.
Yeah. They don't really keep it,
No,
though.
we keep it.
They think we're weird.
Like, why do you keep doing that?
They're not wrong.
Where are you putting it?
So, how did you become a member of our cult?
Like I told you, I was brought into it kind of by my brother, but I grew up in Santa Rosa, so in the North Bay. And so it was kind of like always in the vernacular. And I had friends whose parents went to Burning Man. And my brother's like best friend growing up, his dad was a burner. And so I think that's how he got into it. It was through his friend and through his friend's dad. And they'd been going a few years. And finally in 2015, I'd been like in the festival scene and I've done raves and stuff. And I was like, I think I'm finally ready to go to Burning Man. So like, give me a ticket and I'll, do whatever it takes. And so that was the first year that his friends had a placed theme camp. So I kind of like had it easy and got
Nice.
early arrival and helped them
Nice.
build. And so I kind of like got my feet wet really fast. And I think like it was 2015. So we arrived like on Saturday, like right in the middle or right before a dust storm. So it was like, that was my welcome. It was just like white out for 24 hours.
Very quick indoctrination.
Yeah. I remember like I set up my tent and I go to bed. I'm like, I'm going to sleep naked. And then I wake up and I'm covered in dust.
Not quite so.
Yeah,
naked.
this feels right.
What was the theme camp?
We were called Beans the Musical Camp, but we had a
Hell yeah.
also like maybe not what you think, but also maybe what you think. But we kind of had some evolutions and we became the living room. But the past 2 years I camped with a different camp. So I've had like a kind of experience of 2 different styles of theme camping, I suppose. Because our first theme camp was pretty chill. We'd have like a band kit with drums and guitars and an amp. We'd build a big dome. Mm-hmm. So it was like a chill space. And then we'd blow up a bunch of blow up couches. And so when we were Beans the Musical Camp, we offered food. We had beans and chips. We like served it every day.
Not bad.
Yeah, it was like a good afternoon snack for people. Sometimes we got the name Fart Camp, which is not wrong.
You really invited it.
Yeah,
I know. But, beans are really good sustenance on the fly.
Oh my God,
So it
yeah.
was definitely a hit. But then we decided like opening cans of beans was way too much work. And so we became the living room. So we just like changed our name and we started serving tea. But we kind of became like a multi-purpose space. So we'd have like open mic and we had yoga. I teach yoga and a few other events from other camp members. And then our last year which was 2022 that we were a camp, a couple of our members did a bar. And so we had just a lot of different things. So it was a living room. All the things you do in your living room.
You took it all the way to the worst possible playa experience, running a bar.
We only did it one night and I was not really involved with it.
You dodged a bullet.
And then what camp have you been camping with for the past couple of years?
The past 2 years I've been with Playasos. So they're a slightly larger camp. And their offering is a big 30-foot slide.
Oh, fuck yeah, slide.
So we've been on like the 3 o'clock plaza. That's where we were last year, like 3 in Esplanade or 3 in A. The giant snail slide. And so the main offering is a big slide, but then they've had a few day parties, more or less, and some DJs. But the slide is like, it's my favorite thing because who doesn't love to go down a slide?
A big slide.
A big
Yeah.
slide. And it's really fast.
And you said it's shaped like a snail?
So the bottom is like a little dome, like the shell, and then the slide is the snail's neck, and at the top there's like eyeballs, and it's lit up.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Ugh.
Yeah.
How often does it hurt people?
Since I've been part of the camp, it's really, really safe because in prior years, apparently the slide was like much higher off the ground and like someone broke their ankle.
Oh, no. One of those ones that just dumps you at height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love a danger
You have to,
slide.
like, continue running.
Yeah.
So this one ends like on the ground and there's a crash pad, a bunch of pillows, and like a little bit more like flat slide to kind of slow down. But it'll get you going pretty fast.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds pretty safe.
Yeah.
It's pretty safe for Burning Man.
I think maybe you need to add some nails to that. Some broken glass.
We were saying we should just put like a bunch of dildos facing up.
There.
Yeah, there you go.
Now you're on the trolley.
Every year, we're like, how do we improve this?
Just a pit of dildos to land in.
Yeah,
That'll
exactly.
improve anything.
Yeah. I mean, you can really sprain an ankle on a pit of dildos.
Maybe not
Yes.
soft ones.
That's what's going to happen. Sprained ankle.
Go down butt first.
So how different are the camps from each other?
Totally different. I mean, when you're camped at like the 3 o'clock plaza, 3 o'clock at 3 and A, it's so loud. And my old camp was like, they liked to party and go out and dance, but very much like more on the mellow side. Mm-hmm. And the camp that I
keep the
camped with,
partying
they like
outside
to
the
stay
camp.
out all night. Yeah. So it was definitely different in that way. And, just different people. But I don't know. I feel like burners have a similarity. So like everyone likes to do similar things. They want to go out. They want to experiment with some psychedelics. They want to ride bikes and climb art. And so I feel like same, but different.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I have proof of all of that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's a big difference between like being in a really like on the 3 o'clock plaza, you're like a very forward facing camp. Do you feel like you get different burners coming to interact with you guys?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when you're right at 3 o'clock, it's like everyone going in for the night or going out for the night versus I think where the living room Beans camp was, we were usually like maybe more in the neighborhood, but like 7 and G. We were like a lot deeper in the city. So it was kind of like people would stumble onto it and more of like a day camp anyway. So.
Yeah.
That's why I recognize the name of your camp. I must have gone past you a bunch.
Beans
'cause you
camp
were-
or the Playasos?
Beans Camp, because you're close to the Steam Bath Project, which is
Yeah, we
the
have
only
been.
thing I do every year.
Well, the Beans camp, we have big geodesic dome with like a green flag on the top that says "fuck your burn." It was like lit up with green lights. You could like see it from like Inner Playa most of the time.
Nice.
Yeah. My campmates were very proud of that.
How big a camp is that?
Maybe only like 25, 26 at the most. So on the smaller side. For
That's
sure.
impressive to have something
Yeah.
so massive with
Yeah.
so few folks.
Our camp leads were very enthusiastic about it. Yeah.
You were pretty well aware of Burning Man and like plugged into the.
Yeah, I'd say
scene.
so. I mean, I didn't really know like what it was like until I went.
What was your experience like versus your expectations?
I mean, I just remember, it's almost been like 10 years, but just how big it was and like going out at night, just being like, holy shit, like all of this exists and like all these people want to build all of this stuff. That was what kind of blew my mind was that so many people wanted to come together to just like build things and create experiences that were temporary and kind of ludicrous. and just for a week.
Was there a moment that first year that something caught you and you realized that this is a thing you were going to have to keep doing?
I don't know. I feel like it was a collection of experiences. And every year is a little bit different, but I think it was probably the thing that made me want to come back was that I realized there's so much that like you can't experience it all. And it's not going to ever be the same, but like every year you can do things a little bit differently. So that was, I think, what partially kept me coming back. And also the people. I love to meet people. In my work, I interface with a lot of people. I teach yoga, I do personal training. So I'm doing a lot of like FaceTime in public spaces. So I really like to, I'm like an extroverted introvert. So I'm like really good at extroverting. So I find that like that feels kind of natural, like at Burning Man, just meeting strangers and asking them about their lives and going deep right away.
Yeah, you get into really quick, deep conversations out there. You're a personal trainer too. Do you work out there? Do you go to the gyms? Do you go to the...
I usually run the ultra marathon.
Oh, you're one of those. So yes, you work out, but not necessarily at one of the gyms.
Yeah. I haven't ever worked out at the gym. I brought a kettlebell this last burn, but I didn't end up using it.
There's a lot of kettlebells being used as like shade weights.
Yeah, totally. That was
Like
also
totally, I'm gonna be doing my kettlebell swings.
They're great shade weights. They're not going to blow away. They've got a
how
handle
heavy
built
it
in.
is.
Great for holding down tarps.
There's only been 1 year since 2015. No, a couple of years that I haven't run it. But usually it's like if you run the ultra marathon and you're riding your bike, you don't really need to work out at Burning Man. Like you can ride your bike and walk and just move your body and climb things. And I think you're probably exceeding your like minimum recommended amount of exercise for the week. It's like 180 minutes a week of like brisk walking is considered like the minimum amount. So I think you probably get way more than that at Burning Man.
Well, especially if you're running for 5 hours.
Yeah, that's your whole week right
Yeah.
there.
Just
Easily.
one day. This last year I did the ultra and I also volunteered with Zendo. So it was like a lot of commitment.
Oh, wow.
God damn. Yeah, that's a lot of. I mean, I guess after the ultra marathon, you're like in a place where you can handle anything emotional, just nothing physical.
Yes, except because my camp was camped in a really loud area.
Yeah.
Sleeping was really hard. And I have like a lot of layers of this, but I also did a sober burn this last year because I did a retreat in Peru like 2 weeks after. So I had to like prepare for this retreat and kind of clean up my diet and avoid substances. And so it's a lot easier to sleep after you're staying up all night and being intoxicated. You just kind of like pass out, right? And so I needed to sleep, especially before the ultra marathon. My camp was so loud. So it was like Sunday night. I think I just laid in my bed, like with my body vibrating to like some bass for the whole night. I might have slept like a little. And so on Monday night, I was like, shit, I really need to get sleep because I'm going to like run this ultra. And usually like the night before a run, you don't sleep great. So I was already kind of like in the negative.
Right. And you have to be like at the starting line at like 4:35.
It starts at 5, so like 4:30 roughly.
Yeah.
So on Monday night, I'm like, okay, I'm going to like try to find somewhere like away from camp and sleep. So I like put on my running outfit and put on like some soft pants and just like brought a go bag and just everything I needed to like take my bike to Think Lightning in the morning. And there's like a camp with like, I think it was like Cospa. They had like these 2 queen bed bunk beds. And so I was like, that's fine. And it was quiet enough. And so I'm like laying there and I didn't fall asleep. And in the middle of the night, I like get up to go to the bathroom and my phone falls out of my pocket. It's like the only way that I have to keep track of the time so I can wake up. I had like in a little Ziploc bag. It falls out of my jacket pocket. So I get out of the porta potty and I'm like, shit, I don't know where it went. I'm like, God damn it.
No.
And so I like look for it and it's like a really small stretch of space between where I had it last into the porta potty. And I looked for like 20 minutes and some random guy was like helping me look for it. And I was like, it's gone. I was like, it might have fallen in the porta potty.
Oh no.
I was like, I'm just going to tell myself that that's what happened because that's the worst case scenario.
Yeah. anything is an
else would be-
improvement from
exactly,
here.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, well, I don't have any way of keeping track of the time. So I'm just going to like take little cat naps.
What?
So I'd like kind of fall asleep and like, I don't know, like tell my unconscious to like wake up, sort of. And so
Every 30 minutes or so, just wake up.
Exactly. It's fine.
This sleep feels so nice. Stop it.
And so like finally I'm like laying in this bed and then someone jumps on me and they're like, oh, that's a human. And I'm like, yeah. Because I'm like under this blanket and kind of curled up. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, can we cuddle in here with you? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. But can you do me a favor? Do you have a watch on you? She's like, yeah, my phone. And I'm like, can you set an alarm for 4:30 in the morning? And she's like, where do you need to go at 4:30?
What appointment do you have at
Yeah, a
4:30
really important
a.m.
one.
at Burning Man?
So I still don't think I slept, but woke up on time or got ready on time. And give this chick this blanket that I have. And I'm like, we had a mutual friend. And I was like, if you see this person, give them this blanket. Otherwise, it's gone forever. So I kind of offload some stuff because I had a blanket and all these clothes and my little bike basket. And at that point, I was 2 nights sleep deprived, not thinking straight. So just leaving my shit.
You're just giving your shit away. I don't have any place to leave this. So
I
you want it. Yeah.
I don't really want to take this. There's too many things. And I made it to the start line and I ran the race. I was very tired.
But you did it.
I did it. I pretty fast.
And stayed sober the whole way, which is pretty impressive for the
Stayed
ultra.
sober the whole way. I just a lot of sugar.
Did you ever find your phone?
I did at the end of the week because apparently every 6 minutes a phone gets turned into the lost and found. Mm-hmm. But it was kind of nice. I mean, I usually don't take my phone out of the burn at all. The only time is just to set that one alarm.
So it was likely found while you were in the Portos and immediately taken to Lost and Found?
No, they didn't take it to Lost and Found until maybe Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you were just checking in every day being like, have you seen my phone?
And just yeah.
But you got it back at the event. I didn't have to
I did. I got it back Saturday. So it was sleep deprived, lost my phone. It was the week wasn't starting very well. And so it was Tuesday afternoon. I'd run the ultra and then had to go to this on playa meeting for Zendo. And by the end of the day, I was just totally wrecked. I'm oh, I'm so tired. And so I was what am I going to do? Because I have my first Zendo shift the next day. And I'm there's no way that I'm going to sleep in my camp because it's so loud. I'm going to have to find somewhere really quiet where I can actually sleep. And so it was a really rough day. I was riding my bike around the 3:00 neighborhood, kind of going out to H or G and looking. It was super dark. And I turned my head, and all of a sudden, I crashed my bike into one of those posts that's in the middle of the street. I was
You mean the signposts?
yeah, something. It was dark, and I was sleep deprived. How could I tell you? They say after how many days of being sleep deprived, it's being intoxicated. So that's kind of where I was.
And they're not even counting on you running an ultra marathon in the period of time.
Yeah, I think you may have lost the ability to call this a sober burn.
Yeah.
I know. I was I definitely don't feel sober. I feel real fucked up. I'm fucking my burn really hard. So I go back to my tent and I have a little emotional meltdown. I was okay, well, this makes sense because I haven't slept. So I need to have a good cry and kind of let it all out. I'm just why is this so hard? I get myself together. I'm okay. I have some spiritual teachers. I'm what would they tell me right now? And so I'm okay, use your own resources. You can figure it out. You just have to get your shit together. So I put on pajamas and got my water ready. And I was I'm just going to go find somewhere quiet to sleep. I know that it exists. This is Burning Man. Everything exists that you need.
Even quiet, even peace and quiet exists.
It does. And so I ride my bike across playa and I'm going down G and 7 and then I keep going. And I keep thinking oh, I really need something like the living room, my old camp, because we used to have blow up couches and it was quiet. And I'm riding my bike and I turn my head and I'm that kind of looks right. And it was a little dome. And then I get off my bike, I walk in. It's dark. There's no one at this camp. A bunch of air mattresses and blankets and pillows. Super quiet. And I'm this is the spot. And I just curl up, pull the blanket up. I sleep 10 hours. I really needed that. It was the most amazing playa gift. So it's the playa taketh and the playa giveth.
Wow. That sounds pretty intense. How was your retreat afterwards? Did you feel like you were properly prepared?
Totally. I mean, I did a 2-week master plant dieta with a Shipibo shaman down in Peru.
Whoa.
So working with ayahuasca and other plants. And it's a deep dive into doing that kind of work where you're fasting every other day and you're spending most of the time in solitude and in silence and in your own mind. So, yeah, it was pretty challenging, mostly because of the fasting, because we weren't eating a lot. I haven't thought about food more ever in my entire life.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
God, especially if you're purging in the middle of fasting.
Totally. Well, not in the middle, intermittent purging. I mean, this burn, it definitely helped me prepare, I think, for the retreat, because doing a sober burn, you really have to sit with your own shit, because when you're doing substances, you can kind of check out, depending on what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what your shit is. Sometimes when you do substances, it dives you into a pile of your shit.
That's true.
It inflicts itself upon you.
That's true. But I feel I've gotten to the point now with entheogens, psychedelics, etc., that well, I've never had a bad trip, but like I've done a lot of my work, so I can do psychedelics and it can just be fun.
That's nice.
Yeah. Which is why I was like, I'm going to participate and volunteer with Zendo.
How was that for you?
It was really great, honestly. Like, aside from the ultramarathon community, I feel like Zendo are my people at the burns. I've kind of like found my people. And it was a big commitment, but since I've burned a handful of times, it was like nice to do something a little bit different. And
Right,
also,
have some
like,
structure to your
yeah,
burn.
and like with psychedelics and how they're growing and becoming more popular and more available, it's just increasing the like amount that people are abusing them and having negative experiences. And so like part of my like work in the world, I feel like, is to support that and help people with their journeys. And so that was like a kind of a no-brainer for me to start to volunteer with Zendo. And people come in for all sorts of reasons. So they're having big emotional experiences. Maybe they mixed a bunch of things. They might be processing a trip from the day before. A lot of similar things. So just like,
Wow, you guys will sit there and listen. Now I know where to send people.
yeah,
Where it's like, oh, I hear you want to tell someone about this.
Just redirect them over there.
and that's a lot of what it is. It's just compassionate listening. And there they have a couple main principles, and one of them is sitting, not guiding. So you're not like being a facilitator like in a mushroom journey, but you're there like helping them just have the easiest way through. So you can ask like questions, you can give them reflections, but you're not really directing them. A lot of the time, with my first shift, I sat with this woman who had basically done the Burning Man cocktail of a little bit of everything.
Not quite sure.
A little bit of drinking all day, a little bit of whatever that person handed
Yeah,
you.
and she
a
was
little bit of whatever was
young.
in that bullet.
And she also was like a Spanish speaker, so English wasn't her first language. So she was like really disoriented. And when I got there, she had already been there for like maybe more than 12 hours.
Whoa.
So she had kind of like been through the peak of her intense experience. But when I got there, she was a runner, and she was like completely naked, and just like ran out of Zendo. And they kind of chase only to like protect you. And so I was
Kind of chase.
well, to like alleviate, that the police and the rangers, that's what Zendos
Absolutely.
partially for. And so we were like chasing her down, and we're like, this is my first day, and they like, give me a radio so I can like follow the other like Zendo, the leads that are chasing her. And then I just totally lose them. But I was like, okay, I'm using all of my skills, like sitting, running. She's Spanish, speaking Spanish. Great. I mean, Burning Man has that way of like really reminding you of what you're good at, I feel like.
And what you're bad at.
True. But yeah, so with this person, my responsibility was I was just kind of making sure that she was alive.
Step one.
Yeah, they have like nurses, they have medical people there, and I was the only one on my shift that spoke any Spanish, so like trying to communicate with her if she really needed anything else, and at a certain point making sure she was like drinking water and like gave her some food and just kind of communicating what like the process was. And then she kind of just like slept the rest of the time that I was there. So it's always a little bit different. And then my second shift, I had two different visitors, and they were both men. And one was having a rough time just after an emotional time at the temple, no substances involved, and just needed to like talk and have someone reflect and work through it. Someone that was like unbiased, essentially. And then the other guy had a really intense trip, and same thing. It was just kind of the compassionate listening element. And so I felt like I learned so much doing it. So it was really rewarding.
That is so great that you found something that, I mean, those are one of the ones where I'm like, absolutely not for me. I'm so glad other people find this rewarding.
Same.
It's so needed.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like energetically draining.
Yeah.
But it's so fulfilling.
Yeah.
And I feel like I got more out of my burn because I did that.
Does it require a big commitment? Do you have to sign up for multiple shifts?
You have to do 2 6-hour shifts, which makes sense because some people are there for a really long time. It would be really like disorienting and dysregulating to have like multiple people come in and help you.
For sure.
Sure.
Create like a sense of trust when you have one person. And then you have to do, there's like a 4-hour off playa training and like a several hour on playa training. So it's quite a few hours.
And I'm going to guess the trainings are probably pretty rad.
Yeah, it was great. So Zendo offers a sit course that's aside from the Burning Man training. The one for Burning Man's like very condensed. But yeah, it's all about how to do compassionate listening and psychedelic peer support. And so they have like a much more comprehensive one that they do, which I'm hoping to do in the future.
Cool. So you're planning on continuing to work with Zendo
I
in
think
the future?
so. Yeah.
I'm glad it was so rewarding. I feel like mostly what I know about them is A, they have a really cool shade structure. It's so pretty. And B, that's where the Rangers take people when they're like, I don't fucking know.
I've done what I can. Here you go.
Yeah.
Well, I also heard that there's like the green dot rangers that are very similar to Zendo. I met some guy that said he was a green dot ranger, and so I was like, yeah, it's good to know that there's like a lot of support.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That people realize.
Yeah, and the Rangers have a space called Sanctuary that sort of serves the same purpose. I think, and I'm not speaking as a Ranger here at all, but I think the Rangers would prefer to hand off to Zendo people who are having a hard time, but not
In immediate need.
not putting anybody at risk.
Yeah, the green dots are sort of like, I think of them as immediate problem solvers, like with people that are not fully in their right mind due to numerous issues.
Right.
But like that they're the like, how do we get this person out of camp?
How do we get this person to put on a jacket?
Yeah.
Minus 30.
I always laugh about Roughburn, who they lured him out of camp by asking us to turn off our lights and pretend to go to bed, and then they lured him out with a fidget spinner. And they found him some shoes and sent him to Zendo. And it was like, oh, you guys are great. That was perfect. That's what, because the guy needed engagement, and they also needed to keep going and doing Ranger stuff. It's just so great to have like a place where, and it's great for me when I think about all of the people that we camp with, there's some sense of responsibility, but it's like an area that I want nothing to do with. It's sort of like, other than my very close friends, I'm just like, oh, you're high and also incoherent, just anywhere else.
Well, most of the people that volunteer for Zendo, well, there's people that do medical, so like nurses, but most of them are in the field of psychology, or they do psychology and like psychedelics, some kind of
Therapy,
overlap. Yeah,
yeah.
I do somatic therapy. That's like another job. I have to wear many hats. So that's kind of what my personal experience, and then what I do like for work, kind of that's what led me to it. And so I met a lot of people that were really similar, therapists and social workers, and maybe just like really experienced psychonauts. People that
find
are like,
it
okay,
interesting.
I've gone as far as I can go with my own psychedelic experience, so now I want to see how I can help other people.
Probably an organic chemist or two.
Yeah, sure. So when you're running the ultra, you run around the trash fence 4 times. So you see a lot.
See
you
everything
a lot.
that's
yeah.
deep
So
by
I feel
it.
like I've almost had like art overload because I've seen so many things. Like, what didn't I see? But I remember one year there was like those little good luck cats with the paws.
Yes.
And there was like a bunch of them. They're all like decorated like different people, and they're different world leaders and different like for better or for worse. There was like a Hitler cat.
Oh, Jesus.
And there was like
A Che, I imagine, a Che Guevara.
yeah.
I don't know why cats are such a large theme at Burning Man, but I appreciate it.
Me too. Yeah.
Like the like Trust last year, cat buttholes. I'm like, this is amazing.
fun.
You spent so much time, and they're so beautiful. Like you were saying, I love that at Burning Man. It's like, wow, people put so much effort into this, and it's
cat buttholes.
ridiculous.
Yeah. There was another like cat tower that someone built that was pretty close to Trust.
Oh.
And it was like covered in like pink
Fur
carpet.
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
inside of it was a bunch of scratching posts, but you could climb up in that. Had a real dangerous slide. I loved that slide. Like we went up in it, and like 2 or 3 people went down the slide, and they all ended with oh, and I was like, cool. I'm gonna like go down and check out how that's and it was one of those ones that just stops 3 feet in the air. So you go down quick, and it's an alley oop, and then you're like almost at head height with your ass before you fall down.
I was telling my campmates from Playasos, like, we should put a microphone or a camera like in our slide, or have like pictures how they do on roller coasters.
that would be
my
so
God.
good.
That's such a good idea.
One of my like shenanigans that I was doing on the slide was when people would go down, we'd tell people to scream as loud as they can. And I'd be like, you have to scream like you're coming. I got so many people to do it. I was like, I'm taking data for science.
We're checking out the Doppler effect on orgasms.
Yep.
It became like pretty funny. And I must have got like 100 people's orgasm noises. If maybe more.
Oh, that's great. Even if you don't take photos or video because you know all the consent stuff, you can do audio recording.
Well, it could be like, well, we can take your photo if you want, and then we'll like have it on as
That would be
Dropbox
hilarious
you can
if they're
look
like
at
up
later.
behind the bar, just people screaming as they go down the slide.
Because I mean, when you look down, it looks kind of scary. And people are like, I don't know if I can trust you. We're like, it's really safe. Kids can go on it. We had kids that would just like do 10 laps 10 times in a row.
Yeah, but kids still have bendy bones and shit.
They have no sense of self-preservation.
Yeah. Way less, so they don't go as fast. But yeah, I think that like it would be a really interesting art project to do that with the slide. We'll see if I can with that camp. But it's like always giving them ideas of how to.
I love giving other people ideas. I won't be doing this, but you oughta.
I remember one time I was out with some of my old campmates from the living room, and we were like, okay, we have a ritual where like on Wednesday it'll be our trip night, so we're on foot most of the night. And so like, I wonder how many steps we walk, and it was like easily 6 to 8 miles in
Oh, yeah.
a span of several hours, if not more. Like, because it resets at midnight.
It took us years to come up with the our long walk night is usually in Deep Playa. So we bike out to past the temple, lock up our bikes, buy an art piece that you can spot, and then walk from there. And it's still like 10-ish miles that we're putting in before biking back. But like that last mile and a half in from the city hurts, no matter how much walking you've done, like at the end of a night.
Totally. But yeah, like I said, this year my bike got stolen on Friday. Luckily, the end of the week, and like Saturday, all we were doing was strike, so I didn't really need it. But we were like, I was out at Naga, the captain, for like 40 minutes. It was like 11 p.m. So like not a time for people to be like fucked up and stealing a bike. So I was like, it was intentional.
Oh, I don't know. Like 5 o'clock happens around the clock at
That's
Burning.
true. That's true.
You run into somebody at 11 p.m. that's been drinking since 11 a.m.
That's
easily.
true. Or been on drugs for 3 days.
Yeah.
And all of them have to go to the bathroom.
Totally.
My general assumption is that 95% of bikes that go missing were gotten on by a drunk.
If only there were like a lost and found for bikes, but that would just be.
Yeah. Why isn't there a lost and found for bikes?
Maybe they should make iPhones with wheels.
Because Lost and Found doesn't have the square
They don't have
acre
the space for it.
you'd need for all those bikes.
It just feels like a thing that could happen.
They explicitly ask you not to bring your bike to Lost and Found. They've got nowhere to put it.
So if you find a bike that is not anyone's that you can figure out,
You take it to First Camp. And they'll tell you where to take it. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want Coyote mad at me.
It was like my first year that I used one of those green bikes, so I was really happy that those were available. But I like had one at my camp. I rode it to Lost and Found to get my phone, and then I leave Lost and Found and it's gone. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Sure.
I did quite a bit of walking, but I think that like it was best case scenario for losing my bike. Like a lot of bad things happened, but it was like the best case scenario. Like got my phone back, made it on time to the start line of the Ultra. I lost my bike, but meh.
How close was it to needing replacement anyway?
Actually, I bought a used new one in 2023 because my other bike is in our other camp storage that I could.
So there is another bike.
There is another. Oh, but it's so. It might be like hard to ride even for Playa.
so you're going back, but no, you don't know in what form, in what way.
I mean, everything is unpredictable. We never know what's going to happen.
Who knows if there'll be an event next year?
I know. Is the org still like trying to raise like several $1 million, or else there might not be a Burning Man or something like that?
Probably.
Yep.
Probably.
Most likely.
Based on the emails we keep getting.
Like,
There'll
can
be a
you
burn.
send me money? Yeah, there will be. It'll probably be a bunch of my friends doing an unofficial camp. My first couple of years coming in, I'm like, I want to go early and I want to build, and I want to do all the things. But then you get to Monday and you're like so burned out. That was before I started running the ultra marathon.
Jesus. I think, you would think with an ultra marathon runner, you would have some sense of pacing.
Totally. Real slow.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's why you go out early and you just go real slow.
Well, I think I learned the pacing as I got into the ultra marathon running. Because I started burning when I was like 25, and now I'm 35. And so, you just, the way that you like to burn changes. And I think that's what I really realized this year. I was like, oh, I like to do things a little different now, especially doing the sober burn. Like, I maybe saw one sunrise, and that was that was the Tuesday morning. And I slept a lot, which was great.
Oh yeah, a good sleepy burn is kind of incredible.
I got home from playa and I was like, I feel pretty good. I can do it again.
Wow.
What got you interested in the ultra marathon?
Listening to your guys' podcast, and you had Cherry Bomb on here.
Oh, our fault.
Disgusting fault.
I just got into personal training like a few years prior, I think. And so I was like, and I've always run. I played sports growing up. I played soccer for a really long time. And so I've just kind of done distance running for fun. And I was like listening to your guys' podcast. And I work at this like pretty bougie gym. And I'm like, I feel like I could do this. And I was like, I have all these like tools at my disposal. Like the moment I was like dating a personal trainer, I'm like, I could totally do this. Like I have all the resources to figure this out. And I'm the kind of person where I just really like to try everything to like have the experience because I just want to know what it's like. And when I do something, I like to like do it all the way.
So you said that the ultra community is one that you quite like out there.
It's a crazy group of people.
What is
like
the
Burning Man, and they like suffering, I guess.
Those are almost completely overlapping circles. Like if you like Burning Man but don't like suffering, I want to know how much money you make.
Truly. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, but so what is distinct about the ultra marathon community out there? Like how are those burners shaped slightly differently than all the other burners?
I think that they like running. It's a pretty easy question. Yeah. They like running a lot.
A particular flavor of sick.
Yeah,
I also think they really like eating.
Yeah, well, you gotta or you're gonna die.
you got a carbo load.
Yeah, what do you eat after the ultra marathon?
Everything
What's your meal?
that I can. Usually like a lot of bacon. Well, it's so interesting because like the first half of my Burning Man experience, I was a vegan, and now I'm like pretty much completely on the other end of the spectrum. But like usually after running, you want to eat a lot of carbs, but you also want protein. So you have like a solid full breakfast: bacon, eggs, cereal,
Potatoes.
M&Ms.
Hell yeah.
M&Ms. Part of a balanced breakfast.
Absolutely.
On the playa, definitely. I think after one ultra, they were like serving cake, and I had like a big piece of cake, and I was like, "This is the most delicious thing, and probably the perfect thing because you need like simple sugar to replenish your energy."
Yeah.
And you're like, when you eat carbs. Now I'm not eating carbs, so it's like a totally different experience.
Oh, so now you're on like a just meat, no carbs from vegan?
Right.
How do you
Very long
calorie
time
load before like
For
carb-free?
ultras?
Yeah.
It's really about, you can't do all your carb loading the day before. It's like the week before you kind of progressively increase your intake. But I think it's like less than people think. Like I think there's this like stereotypical idea of like, oh, I'm going to run a race, so I should have pasta the night before. But it's really like when you're training for something like this, you're eating a higher percentage of carbohydrate, but not like a crazy amount because your digestion can only handle so much. So just like a little bit the days leading up to it. But there was one year, I think it was 2020, they had a virtual ultra that I did. And
How does a virtual
everyone runs an ultra marathon by themselves and tracks it on straw.
Run around in circles in your backyard
Yeah.
for a
Luckily,
long
Santa
time.
Barbara is like the most beautiful place to train. So I was like all along the beach.
Oh yeah, it's
not
gorgeous
bad.
there.
Yeah, but the week leading up to it, I had a burrito every day. So that was how I prepared. And I think it really worked well.
Now that's some training I can get into.
Yeah, exactly. The burrito tour.
I wonder if there's an equivalent kind of thing to the ultra marathon for those of us who couldn't possibly run.
Well, I don't know if Cherry Bomb told you when you interviewed her, but their camp does an event called the Odyssey, and it's a running event.
I not only did she tell us about the Odyssey, but we just interviewed someone that did it, and we talked extensively about how to manage those different.
I'm always curious, but I don't drink, so I'm like, I couldn't do the beer. And they say you can do non-alcoholic, so maybe next year.
but
That's the hardest part for me, I think.
non-alcoholic beer would be the worst.
I know.
Is it like a run and drink kind of thing?
It's
It's 6, 12, 18, and 24. And then you have to choose that number for either miles run, you have to, one number for each thing, beers drank, donuts eaten, and orgasms.
That sounds incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those things where there's really a solid
a different kind of ultra marathon.
difference.
6'8",
6, 12, 18, and 24.
6'12".
So 24 orgasms, right?
Yeah. Like it seems like
doable.
Everything else
I can do
easier.
that.
24 hours?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just revel in your privilege.
And I'm pretty sure toys are allowed.
Yeah.
Easy.
No amount of toys are going to fix biology.
I think it's
Sorry
usually a
about
woman
it.
that wins it.
Right? It's like, okay, it's miles, beers, donuts,
You can walk them up.
and orgasms. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I know the number of each.
Well, for me, it's like, how many beers do I like really think that I can drink in 24 hours? And it's probably 6.
I mean, I remember in college people doing a power hour, and it's like, oh, it's just a shot of beer every minute for an hour, and you think like that's no big deal, and that's 60 ounces
But
of
then you're
beer.
with the Odyssey, you're also eating donuts, and they're like not easy donuts.
Yeah,
They're not
Yeah.
the like fluffy ones.
No, that's what I was like.
Yeah, it was like,
Donuts, miles, beers, orgasms.
yeah, are we talking cake donuts or are we talking yeast donuts?
think
Because
it's
like
cake.
yeast ones you can squish down,
They're
like
definitely
it's pretty
cake.
easy.
So that's a different kind of like endurance experience that you could have. I've also seen that some camp does like a Burning Man triathlon
How do they swim?
through the dust.
Stupidly.
I don't think it's very far.
Stupidly.
Are you sure that wasn't just a joke sticker for 2023?
I'm pretty sure that there was like an event, but maybe. But I always like to say, like, when I do the ultra, I'm doing my iron burn because I'll like run a marathon and I'll probably dance a marathon and I'll ride my bike, whatever distance is the Ironman. It
Hell yeah.
feels like a pretty extreme physical event.
Ironman is a century on the bike. 100 miles.
Yeah, the full.
Yeah.
I could probably put in a century on a bike at Burning Man.
Oh, totally.
And on your electric bike, sure.
Yeah, totally.
I could put in 100 miles on your electric bike too.
How many miles do you think you average in a day?
It depends on, it really depends.
10? Easy. Maybe.
Easy.
You
Yeah.
probably ride at least 100 throughout the week.
Yeah.
You're there
Yeah.
longer.
It would be hard not to put in 10. Because I'm getting on my bike if I'm going further than a mile away from camp.
If we're not dilly-dallying around the neighborhood.
Right. Or in an inebriated state that doesn't allow for us to stay together while we are biking.
I think I could put in a century on any decent bike. It's got to be a decent bike. I can't do it on a beach cruiser, but
The actual century is like still a day-long event.
Yeah. It takes a long time. A century is one of those ones where I'm like, maybe someday I can do it. Like I bike commute, but it's more hills than it is distance. But my brother's done one and I'm a little bit like, I could probably do one then.
The endurance stuff, the training, it's like, yeah, you want to get those long training workouts in, but it's really about cumulative. So just getting like semi-long ones in back to back.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. It's not long ones. You just need several back-to-back 40 miles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do 40 miles for 5 days in a row and then
fun.
you're set.
oh, you know what? What one could do is do suitcase relays for people coming in on the Burner Express bus.
Suitcase relays.
Yeah,
Where you're just passing off their shit to
or
the next person.
or like suitcase farmer carries. You just
That'd be an interesting workout event. Like
load
a
a
strongman
bar with two
competition.
suitcases and walk it all the way across
I
town.
feel like build is kind of just a strongman competition. Like carry
Oh.
this awkward, heavy thing, like as far as you can without hurting yourself.
And then someone will tell you, actually, we need it over there, so you need to pick it back up.
Right. Yeah.
Put it over there.
lift this extremely asymmetrical load.
Be sure to lift with your neck.
and make sure
Quickly.
and here
abruptly.
this person who is 1 foot taller or shorter than you
Yeah.
is going to be helping you on the
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
side.
And whatever you do, do not communicate. No eye contact.
Yeah, and then usually it's like, oh, then put that back into the shipping container. Actually.
Oh, upstairs. Even though it's completely flat, you're going to need to go. This is going to need to go upstairs.
Well, this year, so the slide that Fiasos has, it's on this like 3-story scaffolding. And so they built it. And then they're like, oh shit, we built it backwards. And they had to take probably half of it apart. Luckily, I think it's pretty easy to assemble more or less because you're just like interlocking pieces. But still, I was like, yeah, that's not how it's supposed to look.
The second time you put something together, it's always so much quicker.
Maybe.
if you've only put it together once on Playa, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Totally.
How can you even know if it's safe if you haven't
haven't found your
dispelled it? What is something that you would tell people thinking about going for the first time?
That's a good question because I always I have so many people that I've brought into the burn. I'm like, okay, I've been like their sponsor.
Yeah, sponsor. Yeah, exactly.
Because whenever you bring in a virgin or like a camp lets someone bring in a virgin, it's like you want someone to like vouch for them, right?
Of course.
Don't be a dick.
I want to be able to shout at someone I know if you suck.
I usually tell people, I tell them how to prepare, like logistically. And then I just tell them to be like open-minded and say yes to as many things as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone that we interviewed, and I think it might have been the person who did the adult diapers, who said that everyone should do something that scares them out there,
Totally.
which I think is similar to say yes. It's like, something that you would inherently knee-jerk say no to.
Yeah.
You should just override that feeling and go do it.
I mean, to a certain extent, though, because that can be really traumatic for some people. Coming from a trauma background, like, that's a very fine line between growth and, like, re-traumatization. But, like, yeah, say yes to as many things as you can. And, like, I've really been leaning into participation my past few burns, and I feel like that just totally, like, you get out of it what you put into it. And I've really started to realize that because last year I did Zendo, the year before I participated and volunteered for the Ultra because I didn't run it. And I was like, you meet more people, it's so much more dynamic, and I think it, like, opens doors to new experiences, too.
You could just come out and volunteer. You don't have to like do a camp yourself. There's plenty of like, you could make yourself busy and just go camping.
That's true. And there's like 1,000 ways to burn, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to do like a little bit of volunteering.
You say,
We talk a lot about volunteering, and we're kind of always talking about Burning Man Project volunteer teams when we do that. But I think it's really important to note that there are lots of non-Burning Man Project things happening that you can volunteer your time and energy for that are like just as important. Like Zendo is entirely independent. And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
They're not Burning Man
I always
Project at
just
all.
made the assumption that they were connected in some way, but that's so cool.
building the temple is independent. I mean, it's a little bit
mean,
more
yeah.
supported, but it's also
Financially, yeah, but
but it's not like those volunteers who are building the temple are not volunteers for the org.
right. It is an art project. But, yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea Zendo was separate, but that makes sense. Yeah.
They coordinate with Burning Man Project for sure, but they're entirely independently managed and operated, and I feel like volunteering for something like that is just as important, if maybe not quite as cool.
Isn't volunteering for all the things at Burning Man just as important? Because it wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean,
Pretty much.
I don't know. Like, if you're volunteering to be a bouncer at a party, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, maybe not that one.
Like, I'm trying to think of what a volunteer role for a camp, because there's so many cool theme camps that do so. One of our campmates, Susie, who is more financially secure now than in past years, was like, oh yeah, I would just walk into big theme camps and start working in their kitchen because they'll always feed you.
That's real smart.
Yeah, and she's like, if you wash your hands and walk back there, they'll put you to work.
Just look like you know what you're doing.
Yeah, just make it look like you're not poisoning anyone, and suddenly you get a meal.
Or don't poison anyone.
Yeah.
I was just trying to think about if I've run into bouncers at Burning Man, and I can really only think of one. It was so long ago.
Yeah, I feel like I ran into a couple pre the org's work on dismantling the plug and play camps. Like in 2015 and 2016, I both had years where there was something I was trying to go to and was told I was not welcome in that camp. I was like, oh, well, this is weird that there's like an entrance here and there's a thing going on in there, but not me. Okay, I see.
It does suggest a pretty fun art project.
Well, to just have a bouncer?
Yeah, like
Just a velvet rope.
I'll just get a really boxy black suit and some sunglasses, and we'll walk around Playa with a velvet rope and put it up in front of wherever we want, and just like form a line.
Have a clipboard that you kind of glance at. Be like, not on the list.
I love
Sorry.
forming fake line as interactive art. There's usually only like one thing that I'll like stand in line for, or like I'll choose one every year, and often it's like Dr. Bronner's, like the foam foam bath. Yeah,
There's a line for that.
I hear they fixed that shit this
Really?
year.
Oh,
Did they?
really?
Huh?
I didn't do it this year.
They've gone to a more steam bath project style where they're calling people in groups, so you don't have to stand in a stupid queue.
And you don't have to be proselytized about vegetarianism, because I remember I bailed out of the line where they're like, if you eat meat, get into this cage. And I'm like, no, I'm out.
What?
Goodbye. Yeah. They're like, you need to feel what it's like to be an animal, and we're going to throw things at you.
Fans
I'm
have
like,
feelings too.
I'm like, I don't need a bath that bad.
Or just the like, who here is Jewish?
Oh man, I know.
Just heads up. Some people feel like this is a little Holocausty.
Like, well, I wasn't thinking about it before.
But now I certainly
The
am.
intention though, they're trying to like reappropriate it. But I was camped next to Illville this last year, and so they had a steam bath, so I just did that every day.
Nice.
This year my line was midnight poutine.
Nice.
That is the best.
That
I was,
is a
like,
good line.
On a solo adventure, I'd gone out with my campmates, and they were just having a hard time making any decisions. So I'm like, fuck this, I'm gonna go do my own thing. So I like rode my bike around, danced in some art cars, climbed some art, and then I'm like, I wonder what time it is. And I asked a guy, he's like, do you know what time it is? He's like, 1 a.m. And I'm like, that's close enough to midnight. So I had found out where the midnight poutine camp was from, like where I had slept, my camp B, because I like had to ride by it on the way back to my camp. And so I knew exactly where it was. And so I ride up, and there's still a pretty long line, but like not the longest. It was like probably half the length. I'm like, all right, I made it right in time. I'm like, I've never like had the thought of doing something at the right time and actually like made it happen. So I like got in line. I ended up talking to this like older burner who'd been coming for like 25 years, and like just had a nice chat while we waited in line and got some midnight poutine, and it was so delicious. I was like, that was worth the wait.
God damn, they make good poutine.
They fry their French fries like perfectly.
3 times. It's 3 times fried.
It is so much fun to stand there at the front and watch them like assess their fries as they're sitting there like in a pile waiting to go into the other fat, and the one guy will be like, well,
No,
is
this
it
is
ready now? No, we gotta wait. The fries are not cold enough, the oil is not hot enough.
Whatever they do, it works.
My line this year was for the New York Deli for their breakfast sandwiches, which was absolutely incredible, totally worth the wait. And the line moved pretty quickly because they're New Yorkers. They know how to queue. So it was incredible. Highly recommend New York Deli.
They make
But-
you a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yes, truly. And it was the best bacon, egg, and cheese I've ever had. Oh, incredible. They were out of coffee, which is fine, you know.
For as much as I shit on lines, I've had really great conversations with people in line at Burning Man. It's like a real invitation to get to know someone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what you make of it. I feel like I do that when I'm standing in line at like Target. If it's a long line, I'll just talk to people. It makes it so much more interesting.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
it's-
airport. I don't know. You give me a line, I'll interact with people.
Trying to remember if I waited in a line this year. I think the only line I was in the line of traffic when the pump truck overturned.
Oh, yeah.
I was right before that.
Good job.
I know, I was like,
well
lucky.
timed.
Okay, stock question. Is Burning Man important?
I feel like it is. I feel like something that like connects people and maybe brings down barriers that people might feel they have to connect with other people in like default world is really important, because I mean, if you see the problems we have in the world, it's because people like lack understanding and knowledge of other people's cultures or ideas. And I think the more that we can interact and share, we can see that people aren't that different than we are. More love, less hate. More or less. Right? Isn't that what it's about?
Burning Man for the plur factor.
Totally. I mean, I started with rave culture, so it's deep in me.
So you're
candy.
one of those people that ruined Burning Man.
But I've changed the way that I used to do that a lot at the burn. Like, I'll still go out and dance. I love dancing, but now I like to do other things. But I think that's what kind of gave me the push at first. Yeah.
So we're coming up on 2 hours,
Oh,
and
really?
I feel
Wow.
like we have a lot of great stuff, like really set for an episode.
Well, I do ultra marathons. We could go 5 hours.
Is there anything else that you want to share, either with people who are thinking of going, or people who are thinking about going back, or for yourself when you listen later and like, hey, remember you said this year you'd bring a watch that tracked your steps instead of carrying your phone with you to the
Remember
Portos.
to bring a watch that stays charged.
This is important.
Don't go. To everyone else.
We're full.
Yeah, you won't like it anyway.
Or like bring a family member. Burning with your siblings was really fun. Yeah.
I thought you weren't supposed to talk about it.
Well, I can say that I have a sibling. I just can't tell any specific story. It's like, what if I run for city council?
Nobody pays attention if you run for city council.
No, that's the Bay Area.
Yeah.
It's fine. We won't talk about exactly how much you boofed.
Is there anything you'd like to promote to our audience?
I don't know. Myself, no.
Yeah, no, like if you're like, hey, you want to check out, I'm a personal trainer. You can find me here.
I'm in Santa Barbara. I do personal training and private yoga and somatic therapy
Yeah.
for people that are also curious about doing psychedelics and need some support or some guidance. And if you're also interested in volunteering for Zendo, they always need more volunteers.
How would they find you if they happen to be in your neck of the
me?
woods? Yeah.
I am on Instagram. It's Michelle_Rousseau_. The French way, like the philosopher.
Excellent. So if you're looking for a somatic therapist or help with your yoga,
Help with your mind or your body,
yeah,
everything in between.
and you happen to already live in Santa Barbara.
Yeah, or you can move to Santa Barbara just to hang out with me.
Or, Santa Cruz, Monterey, SLO. It's all the same city.
I also do all things virtually too, so you don't have to live in Santa Barbara.
Virtual somatic therapy.
Yeah, actually, that's how I work with most of my clients because the type that I do is it's kind of like a guided meditation where you dialogue. So my clients have their eyes closed, and I'm just taking them through experiencing the sensations in their body through images and sensation and movement, and yeah.
Yeah, I guess it really is their body that's important. You don't need your body.
So I need to be able to see them and hear them. So virtual works great. Yeah.
Excellent.
I assume that somatic therapy is why my therapist was always telling me to unclench my asshole.
Totally. I
Yeah.
feel like that's just like a good rule of thumb for life.
Yeah.
That's how you twerk, apparently.
That's what our therapist for my triad told us all, was just like, hey, if you don't know how you're feeling, try unclenching your asshole before
one.
you talk to your partners.
I'm like, what does that feel like?
Exactly. If you have a loose asshole, you are relaxed.
And that was pretty slippery.
I'll take your word for
So, who here is Jewish?
That depends on whomst you ask.
It was a trip to be editing this interview that I wasn't at and be reminded of our experience in the Dr. Bronner's line, standing in the sun for like 90 minutes or more just to be confronted with, so, are you Jewish? Some people who are think what we're doing is distasteful and wrong.
Honestly, if all it had been is a shower, we wouldn't remember it so vividly.
It would have been nice if it was a shower.
It would have been nice had you been able to shower during them traumatizing you with the most mentholated soap on Playa.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a shower and not blasted with a hose?
From above.
There's literally no way to effectively wash your ass and junk.
No, because you have to then be grabbing your ass and junk while you can't open your eyes.
And that's why I'm there.
Yeah, that's why I'm there.
I can sponge down the rest of myself, but I heard about this fabled land full of really sudsy soap and water. And as unpleasant as it was, If it had lasted more than 20 seconds, that would have been great.
Yeah, they didn't really like. There's no way to know how long you're going to get that fire hose.
It was fucking
inconvenient all
ridiculous.
around.
What an absolute waste of infrastructure and people hours.
I honestly, it was so distressing when it was happening. I was glad it was over quickly.
If it had been over like 7 seconds later, I would have been able to get the crease between my left nut and my thigh and my taint.
You know, I love.
Which you can only do with one hand because your other arm has to be over your fucking eyes because of the fumes from the menthol soap.
The soap is coming from above as well.
I absolutely love the intention, the desire to gift people with cleanliness.
Yeah.
Man, the implementation.
You know what? That's like in my top 3 lowest moments on Playa. And I've had some doozies, but like in the middle of those, I was like, well, this will be gratifying in one way or another in the future once this unpleasantness is done. Nothing good came from that.
I don't know. It's a pretty epic story.
And we saw Alex Gray.
It's
fine.
It's really one of my most like distinct Playa memories. Like I remember all of that. I remember how uncomfortably drunk and sun-blasted we all were rolling up to it.
It was such a long and difficult day.
Yeah.
We have never gotten back to camp, and there was a bunch of us that we'd never gotten back to a camp, and no one said anything to anyone. We all just walked in separate
Split off,
directions. Like, just everybody went to their tent to cry.
I
Drink some
remember
water.
how visibly uncomfortable Levity was with our 3 drunk, naked, sunburnt asses rolling up on her.
That's what she gets. Don't be coming at me on Playa after I got drunk first thing in the morning and a nude. Good times.
Good bad times.
So something that resonated with me from this interview is that Pretty Slippery said, Burning Man has a way of showing you what you're really good at. And Beth interjected, and what you're really bad at. And yeah, not only does that tell us something about you as a person, Beth, it also gives me the opportunity to ask the both of you, what are you really good at, especially at Burning Man?
I'm real good at structuring systems.
Very helpful, very useful on Playa. Uh-huh. Beth?
I'm really good at being loud.
You are a very good host at Burning Man.
I'm very warm and friendly while also being loud enough for people to hear me.
Mm-hmm. I think the being loud outdoors is just an underpinning. I hadn't considered that was something that like I was good at Burning Man, but yeah, I guess.
Look, for those of us that have been loud our whole lives where it's been a detractor almost all of the time, I hurt my friends' ears. Like, this is not a joke. This is the volume of my voice. But when
While also being a joke.
Well, also being a shiv. But it's cool to actually be able to use it for something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess creative problem solving is really what I'm good at. That comes in handy on Playa.
And Beth is going to go for PA system.
I'm bad at most other things. I'm normally good or okay at Playa. Bad at like taking care of myself. Bad at making wise choices.
Oh, I'm going to make some bad choices this year. I can't wait. We're like a month out for Burning Man.
Yeah. What does the wall clock say? How many days till the man burns?
48. I don't know if that's that's when the man burns, not when I show
when
up.
we have to get to Burning Man.
Okay, we're gonna have to have.
Yeah, 48 seems like a long time. Actually,
Yeah.
I thought it was shorter than that.
No, we
It's
should.
more like 34.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, my pod is gonna like have just finished drying.
This pod is going to have like 3 or 4 more episodes and a couple burn barrels, and then we'll see you on Playa on Wednesday of event week at 2 p.m. on the 7:30 radial between the Man and Esplanade with some art cars.
Yeah, the big circle of art cars, or the one art car, whatever it turns out to be. Maybe it's just us.
It won't just be us. We stopped worrying about that after the first year that we did this, and we're surprised at how many friends we would make from this podcast and that party.
That's true. And
Yeah.
at minimum, we'll have Andy's little art car, although we may have to push it out there.
Oh, God, we're going to need shade.
We're going to be fine.
I bought an umbrella,
Everything is fine.
a beach umbrella, not just for me. It's for me and one other person.
I'm good at not getting sunburned at Burning Man or anywhere else.
Like Come say hi to Rex. He'll be under the umbrella.
I just,
Like, yeah, why did we do this? It'll be fun.
Because Burning Man is hard and deeply funny.
White wine spritzers.
Watch the AMC show, The Audacity, and then come to Burning Man and come to our listener appreciation party and tell us if it is a funny show if you don't live in the Bay Area. I think it's hilarious, but I live around these assholes, so I don't know if it reads for anyone else. Accuracy Third is produced by Accuracy Third. The music in this episode is by past guest Boz. That track is Wonderlust by Boz.
Hell yeah, Boz.
thanks, Boz.
Boz is a fucking incredible guitarist. I am so jealous of Boz.
If you would like to help Accuracy Third continue to produce Accuracy Third, you can do so by sharing your stories with us. Get a hold of us on Gmail, accuracythird@gmail.com, all spelled out, no numbers. And tell us about your experience at Burning Man or at a regional or within the Burning Man culture, which is all global and shit these days.
You can follow us on Blue Sky and on Discord, and you can Patreon us on Patreon, and all of those links are in the show notes.
Schnurz.
Also, I think one of the things I'm really good at Burning Man is fashion and self-righteousness. Burnernerk.com.
For all your self-righteous fashion.
Self-righteousness. At Burning Man? No. So sounds like a lot of your activities are like focused around doing at Burning Man. Do you have like art that's really stood out to you, that's really moved you?
Oh, I love everything that I can climb.
Nice.
Climb focused.
Yeah, climb focus.
What is your best
Focus
climb?
on doing? Well, I definitely climbed the Night of the Climb. The
Hell
Night of the
yeah.
Climbing.
Oh yeah, before it closed.
The shish
It was,
kebab.
Sunday,
Yeah.
the first Sunday of the
Good
week.
job.
Same. Yeah.
It's great when you do yoga and you're strong, you're like real bendy. I just climbed up real fast, and my friends were terrified. They were like, "What is she doing?" It's like I want to climb up and like ring a little bell and come down. I mean, I feel like for me, I like Burning Man because my inner child just like has a great time. So whatever like wakes my inner child up feels like it's the most meaningful.
Absolutely.
Things that are silly and things where I can like move my body.
Yeah, this year there was a bunch of like there was the big susurrus thing by the temple, you know, with the stop rip fabric as up in the air. I'm just trying to think of the big pieces. There's banana
Did
for
love the
size.
temple this year.
Yeah.
Banana for
Banana
scale.
for scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the temple this year. I think
This
it was
temple
my
this year
favorite
was
so
one.
pretty.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
Adding on to the ridiculousness of my burn, on Friday night, my bike got stolen.
Oh, bummer.
Worst.
I think maybe my favorite art piece. So Naga and the Captain. That one was,
Yeah.
Do you know-
Absolutely.
Do you know that Naga is going to get installed in Golden Gate Park?
That's amazing.
It's going to be in Petaluma before it's in Golden Gate Park.
Oh, yeah?
too. Yeah.
Where are
Yeah.
they going to put it in Petaluma?
Fairgrounds, I believe.
Okay,
I think I saw.
cool.
Yeah.
Are they doing the ship too? So far, I've heard
That's a good question.
that it's
I don't
just
know.
Naga. It's just the big sea
Okay,
serpent.
still cool.
It's so cute.
yeah.
I didn't get to see it blowing bubbles.
That
I didn't see it at night. It was stunning during the daytime. But now, when you came back to camp and you were like, the scales glow, I'm like, shit, I should have got it at night.
the lighting in it, it just as a lighting person, it's really subtle, but it's changing from purple to aqua, and it's little like I don't know what to call them. I would call them eye stalks, but they're not. They don't have eyes on them. The little pokey up bits on his.
Whiskery things.
Yeah, they all have glow bits on the ends
was
so
really
that they
cool.
light up.
I just loved because it had so many different components to it. Like,
Yes.
you go in the ship and it has all these books, all these things you can explore, and there's interactive. You can climb it, and all the little treasure chests. And I went and saw the Philharmonic play,
Same.
and it was like
Yeah.
such a magical experience.
Yeah, I love art where there's lots of like stuff that I can rifle through. So being able to open all of the
So to tinker with things.
ooh, I could go through the captain's desk and like look at all of his notes and open all the
Exactly.
treasure chests.
Exactly.
Like,
And then
yeah.
the way that it was slanted, so you kind of felt like you were a little drunk.
Oh
or
yeah.
It just made it so that everything was off.
Yeah.
And you had to negotiate with the people around you to get through it. Because you're just like, I'm going to be headed up where you are.
I remember one year, it might have been my first or second burn. There was this art piece. I can't even remember what it was called, but it was like kind of like a rope ladder you had to climb. But in order to go across it, like you had to hold other people's hands. It was like real dangerous. Like you needed other
Sounds
people to
dangerous.
climb across.
Sounds like Burning Man.
Yeah. You like couldn't do it by yourself. And so, yeah, it was.
Oh, I like the ones that are just like, you have to depend on other burners to make it happen.
Do I trust humans?
I feel like I can envision what you're talking about, like probably like 2016 or something like that. Yeah,
I think so.
I like the dangerous ones, but I'm also like, my upper body strength isn't like the best. So every year before Burning Man, I try to get stronger just so that I'm more confident in climbing.
Yeah.
Totally.
But I didn't even go up to the crow's nest in Naga and the Captain S because I was just like,
Well, someone fell off. of it.
yes, yes. Someone did fall off of that.
I'm not sturdy on my own 2 feet on flat ground, so I was very proud of myself that I did not eat shit trying to like climb around that ship.
Eat shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm much more likely to just trip over nothing and fall face first into the playa.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you like interactive, you like climby, you like silly.
Totally.
Like stuff
Like,
that
I remember one year there was like a bounce house where you could like deflate it when people were in it. That was hilarious because you'd be jumping and be like,
Was that the one out by the trash fence?
Yes.
Yeah, we came across that
we
one.
did. It was deflated, and we're like, deflated bounce house. What a great art project.
no, like reinflate, and then there was like a little lever you could hit.
Oh, that's
People
fucking
were jumping.
grand.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.